All right. Well, good morning, everyone. It is 9:02 a.m. on April 11th. It is Monday. Another fantastic Monday morning here at Health Plan Markets. A breezy, chilly one this morning in Central Florida. This may be the last cold one that we have, so we have to enjoy it, I guess. So anyway, as we normally start, we are here to improve the lives of our community with affordable healthcare. Thank you for being part of that mission, and thank you for being a part of this call. All of you that are joining live are dedicated to yourselves, to your clients, and to the community, and I thank you for that. Thank you for being the first and seeing all the knowledge first. But as a reminder, we are recording these calls. So if you have a client on Monday mornings at 9, we totally understand clients first. So just know that these are being recorded and hosted on our YouTube channel. I'm pretty much caught up, but we are releasing some new and fun, interesting things on YouTube. So if you are interested in that, you can subscribe to our channel, go out there and type Health Plan Markets, and you'll be able to find the channel on there. So should be pretty easy to do. But we've got a lot to go through today, so I'm going to jump right in. First and foremost, training. We all have to keep one foot in the classroom and the other one in the field at all times. So as you know, we have training every week. First this morning, and I'm going to pull up all the webinars, but I'm going to talk about some of the outstanding trainings that we have this week. So the first thing is this morning in the afternoon at noon, we've got Sergio, Victor, and Nick that are available for marketing support. So if you have questions, comments, rude remarks, whatever it is, you can join in and talk to them about helping set up your marketing plan. So Victor's available today, and we hope that you take advantage of that time to help build out your marketing plan. We're going to talk about marketing today later on, so that way you have a full picture of what you should be doing out there. Now, as you can see, all these colorful webinars that we've got going on, we've got webinars in blue and pink and yellow and purple. What this is these are live seminars that are happening throughout the week. And I want to quickly show you how to get to these seminars, so it might be a little bit more digestible. The one to highlight this week is Working with Doctors Part 2. Now, we've got some great feedback last week about Working with Doctors Part 1, and Nick had done a great job helping me put together this training session, this webinar, and we've got some great feedback. It was very, very helpful for a lot of you guys. And so we are launching Part 2 this week, starting Wednesday at 10 a.m., Thursday at 2, and then Friday at 10 a.m. So jump in there if you're looking for Part 2 of Working with Doctors. Yes, Part 3 is coming. It looks like we just didn't have enough gas in the tank on Part 2. Plus, it was getting over an hour, and I know you guys get antsy in your pantsy. So we want to make sure that you're paying attention. Otherwise, what's the point? So Part 2 is this week. But I do want to share with you a shortcut. Over on our website, joinhpm.com, if you go over to webinars, this lists all of the webinars that we currently have available that we are running all the time. So you'll see Working with Doctors Part 1, Part 2, and then we have ACA training, the co-op marketing match program that we always talk about. We have 2 HPM Shop training sessions, and then we also have the Clever RX, which is the discount prescription drug card. So all of that is listed right there. So if you're looking for Part 2 specifically, you can just click the register button and it'll pull up the webinar page there. So just pick your date and time, and you can get set up to learn and earn. That's the name of the game. All right. So those are all those webinars, and that's where you see all those colorful webinar setups here. But I want to highlight just a few more trainings this week. Tomorrow at 10 a.m., CarePlus is hosting their retention training. Always fantastic to learn more and more about retention, because that is how you build your book of business. You don't want to have a bucket with leaky holes in it, right? So retention is important. That's tomorrow at 10. Also tomorrow at 2:30, Cigna is doing their fanatical prospecting training session. And at least in Central Florida, if y'all haven't met Randy Beck, he has been a phenomenal asset for Cigna. Some of you know him personally and have been blessed by some of his hard work. in what I call bird dogging situations, where he'll go and he'll find an event or a doctor or a situation where he puts you, the agent, in front of prospects. So take advantage, because Cigna does have those folks out in the community, and we're going to talk a little bit more on that today as well. Moving on to Wednesday, Humana has how to market training. So lots of marketing training you guys have asked, and we have delivered. So lots of marketing training here. Another one here at 2:00 on Wednesday. Humana is doing their dental and vision training. Really good to create stickiness with your clients, and also as a lead gen opportunity. Really great training. Also on Wednesday at 2:30, grow your pipeline. Again, marketing, prospecting, lots of great trainings this week. I love to see this stuff, guys. Moving on to Thursday, the 14th, 9:00, Cigna's doing their retention training. So you can get 2 retention trainings this week, one from Cigna and the other one from Care Plus, which is really awesome. Then on Thursday as well at 2:30, there's that Cigna Fanatical Prospecting. In case you can't get to the one on Wednesday, they're doing another one on Thursday at 2:30. And then Thursday at 3:30, Care Plus is doing a retention training webinar en Español. So if you prefer Spanish, you're good to go. Last highlight of the week on Friday, April 15th, tax day, UHC is doing their New Jersey MedSup training. So if you guys are licensed, certified, and appointed in New Jersey, you definitely have the ability to jump on that training and learn more about the UHC MedSup in that market. So for all the other trainings, those colorful, wonderful trainings there, please visit our joinhpm.com/webinars. And we're going to be hosting quite a few webinars there, and they are open forum at the moment. So please take advantage of that. So those are the trainings for the week. As I always say, you've got to keep one foot in the classroom and the other one in the field at all times. So thank you for being part of that. Okay, moving on. One thing that I've noticed is I know all of you get very, very busy, and you don't always have a chance to check your emails. And we're noticing that. So to bypass the email conundrum where you're not able to get to your emails, or they're ending up in your junk or spam or wherever it is, we are also sending out text message to supplement the email for important messages. Especially really great for events and event reminders. However, I've noticed that there's quite a few people that have not opted in to the text messaging. So if you're looking to receive text messages from us in a condensed, very brief format versus the emails, if you want to ensure that you're getting information quickly at your fingertips, please make sure that you have opted in to our text messages services. If you're receiving text messages from us now, fantastic, don't worry about it. But if you have not been receiving text messages, we're going to send out an opt-in text message to you from time to time. So make sure that you opt in and follow those instructions, so that way you can get those text messages. Thank you, Tina. Tina says she loves the text messages. Yes, it's very easy because it's very brief, and you get the information, and normally we'll have a link in there for more information or to let you know. So unless you opt in, you're going to have a problem receiving those text messages. Now, if you're still not receiving text messages and you've opted in, just reach out to a team member at HPM, and we'll just jump into your account and ensure that we've got your text messages locked, loaded, and synced. Okay, text messages is the future. We know this. We just don't want you to be behind the 8 ball because you didn't check your emails. Okay, so there it is. All right, HPM Shop. Let's talk about HPM Shop, because this is my favorite thing here these days, is HPM Shop. Now, HPM Shop is our quote and enroll Medicare Advantage tool and supplement tool, where you can go in, quote and enroll all the major plans that you are currently contracted with. Couple of quick things that I want to remind folks on. Number one, selling permissions. Okay, and I think I'm going to have to kind of just remind everybody almost every Monday about selling permissions, because this is really important. I'm getting a lot of questions about selling permissions. First things first, once you have access to HPM Shop, this is your dashboard here. You're going to find your name at the top right corner, click the down arrow, and click Account Overview. On your account overview, you know you are in the right place if you see your face. If you don't see your face, you need to upload a picture. Please upload a picture. Your clients are getting this information and they want to know that it's you. They want to see your beautiful faces. So please upload a picture. This is really, really helpful for marketing, obviously. You'll also see your personalized URL, copy link, click it, done. That's your Pearl. That's where you send your clients to. And if they enroll, you get full credit with or without you, okay? So selling permissions, scroll all the way down at the bottom. You'll see active selling permissions. This is going to organize it by carrier and by state. Some of you have multiple states. If you're selling if you have a non-resident license, this is where you want to check, double check, triple check your selling permissions, okay? If you are just onboarding with Health Plan Markets, it can take up to 72 hours for your active selling permissions to show here and also load the plan information into HPM Shop. We do this on purpose. Compliance, compliance, compliance. We don't want to have you write a plan where you thought you were RTS and you were not. Until we receive the official RTS notice, then we will activate the selling permissions, which should reflect within 72 hours. So let's say you sell Aetna already and you want to add a state, you have to let us know. We will not know that you've added Tennessee for Aetna unless you tell us that you've added Tennessee for Aetna. You've added Humana for Tennessee. You've added WellCare for Tennessee. Every time you go into a new state, you need to check all over again all the plan selling permissions in that particular state, okay? If you have questions on this, please reach out to John. Everyone should have his email, but we want to make sure that you scroll down and check that. The second thing I want to talk about on HPM Shop is the scope of appointments. The scope of appointments are here to protect you guys. And I do know that HPM Shop allows you to bypass the scope of appointment. In my opinion, I really don't like the fact that you can bypass the scope of appointment. I understand why, because some of you might collect a paper scope and you want to upload it. But scope of appointments protect you. We do not want you to accidentally forget to collect the scope and then you do an application and now you're in a compliance heap of trouble here, okay? So before you do your enrollments, please double check to ensure that you have a scope on file. As you're walking through the client build out, you're going to go to new profile, you go to new beneficiary, and as you're building that out, it'll tell you once you fill out that information, continue to SOA, continue to the scope of appointment. Don't skip this step, guys. Just get the scope done. If you know for sure that this person's going to be your client, just fill out the scope, get it out of the way. You can text message it to your client, you can email it to your client, and they can sign it and on you go, okay? It's built into the process. It's part of the process. I do know that you guys can skip it. I understand that, but it is not recommended. Just get the scope done first, okay? It's there to protect you. It's not because we want to drive you crazy. We do enjoy driving you crazy. You know, we get paid extra to drive you crazy. No, I'm kidding. It's really just ensuring that we don't have any compliance issues and nobody gets tagged with some type of Section A or CTM or whatever you want to call it, okay? All right, last thing is that I want to mention on HPM Shop is many of you are using the carrier websites or you're doing paper applications, and believe it or not, you are spending way more time than you need to than if you were using HPM Shop. This is a dedicated time saver. It may be a little bit of work up front, but in the back end, when you have to go talk to your clients next year, all the medications are loaded, all the prescriptions are loaded, all the past plans that you've ever enrolled them are loaded. No need to consolidate your book of business to get ready for AEP. It's all in one place. All of the doctor information in one place. Formularies in one place. This thing is a massive, massive time saver. And if you're still using the carrier sites, if you're still doing paper applications the old school way, you are wasting your time. And you should be using your time more effectively for marketing, prospecting, and advertising. That's where you should spend more time. Or spend your time spoiling your clients, okay? But use HPM Shop as it was designed to help you save time. This thing is a huge, huge time saver, okay? Take it from me. I've seen it in action, and many of you are going to come to AEP and say, I want to do a book of business mailer. Good luck. Good luck, because you're going to have to jump to Humana and Aetna and Freedom and all these other carriers to try to get your book of business all in one place. Meanwhile, if you had done your apps through HPM Shop, it would have been all done. So I'll leave it at that. But ultra important that you start using that for those very reasons. Those of you that have been using HPM Shop, I've already gotten great feedback from you. Thank you for sharing that it has changed your life. We do see that, and we're really glad that everything is working. Nothing's 100% perfect. All systems have their flaws, but we do appreciate everyone using HPM Shop to get their enrollments done. Okay, let's move on to some opportunities, okay? We have some really great opportunities with some physicians. I'm going to mention Village MD this morning. Village MD, for those of you that don't know Village MD, this is the MSO that has an exclusive partnership with the Walgreens, okay? So I'm going to share my screen here just so you guys know what I'm talking about. But Village MD is, they are primary care doctor offices. These are not the urgent cares that they used to use in the past, or the minute clinics, right? This is a full service value-based care program, Village MD, and they have an exclusive partnership with Walgreens. Nick has been running this relationship for a few months now, and I'm happy to hear and happy to share with you that we have agents that are now being placed inside the Walgreens, inside the Village MD, where they are now getting leads and enrollments. Let me repeat that. There are agents right now that are working the Village MDs that are getting leads and appointments. Now, there's a couple rules here. Number one, we want to make sure that you find a location that makes sense for you. Number two, there's a couple of days that you can fill in during the week to generate leads and appointments. And number three, you have to report. You have to report your information. So there are some rules and regulations. There's some things that you have to know. But if you are interested in working this relationship in your market, Village MD, please reach out to Nick Street. That's nstreet@askhpm.com. Again, I'm going to put that in the chat here for everyone at askhpm.com, or you can reach us at 844-696-3975, and I think Cindy will route you over to Nick and ensure that we've got that set up. Now, there are going to be certain locations available. Not every location is going to be available. Number one, because some locations are they just don't want an agent in there. The other ones, they already have an agent in there, or they're working with someone else. So just, what I would do is I would go on the Village MD website, which is what I'm sharing with you today. They've got a really great video here. I do recommend that you watch it. Unfortunately, I don't have any sound on this thing, but it does talk about value-based care and their model. And this is something obviously that's happening a lot this all over the country these days. So if you are interested in working the Village MD clinics inside the Walgreens, we are seeing some really great things happening with the agents right now for leads. Please reach out to us so we can get you rolling. Okay, I'll leave it at that. All right, couple other updates here. I did get notice that the United Healthcare D-SNP applications back into Shop, when we were in Shop here, when you're looking at those United Healthcare D-SNP plans, the option to enroll remotely is not available. I'm hearing that you must be in person to enroll somebody in the United Healthcare D-SNP product, just the D-SNP product. That's what I'm hearing. So If you're seeing anything different, please let us know. There is not an error in the United Healthcare D-SNP. It is done on purpose. This is the carriers design how they want to do their enrollments for which particular plans. That is one of the reasons why the WellCare chronic condition plan is not available on Shop, is because WellCare wants to control that process. It's a little bit more tedious onboarding somebody for that particular plan. So just keep that in mind. But at this point, the United Healthcare D-SNP applications must be done in person, even though you're doing HPM Shop. Okay, so just know that. Also, other news, WellCare did announce that there's two big things happening with WellCare. The first is they are switching over your writing number. So your old writing number will be retired, and your new writing number will be, drumroll, your NPN. Pretty easy. Everyone should have their NPN number memorized, so it shouldn't be a big jump for you. But starting immediately, please use your NPN number on the WellCare applications. If you're using HPM Shop, you don't need to worry about that because we've already loaded it for you. Done. Just letting you know, okay? So that is what's happening. Your new WellCare number is your NPN number. So that's the big thing. The second thing is on WellCare's portal system, you'll notice that actually it's a brand new portal system. So you all should have gotten a login. You should have gotten some type of information. The old portal systems are still going to be live for the time being, but a lot of the data is going to be moved over to their new enrollment system, which is a single sign-in. So please check your email on that. That was sent by Centene, WellCare, and there's a brand new portal system for you guys to use and break. And trust me, we will break it because that's what we do. We're brokers. We break things, right? Anyway, go in there, mess around with it, see what you like about it, see what you hate about it, and then let those WellCare folks know so they can make some improvements. They do want some feedback, but all these carriers have their own portal systems, and it makes it very easy for you to get in there and get a lot of those questions answered that you're running through us or through a manager. So check that out. On to ACA. A couple things that I want to mention. The first thing is aligning your code with the agency. I know some of you are asking, hey, when do I get paid by Ambetter or Molina and Cigna? What's happening is there's a delay in payment from the carrier, okay? And then we have to find out who that application belongs to. And we don't know that unless you're synced with Health Sherpa with us. Now, you could be using Health Sherpa, but you're not synced in with Health Plan Markets. So it takes a lot longer for us to process commissions, which delays your check. So if you want to get paid faster, use Health Sherpa for your ACA business and ensure that your code is linked to Health Plan Markets. We've sent link codes to you guys before, but some of you are not synced in. So I'm going to show you today how to sync in. So on your screen here, you go to your dashboard. You're going to go to Settings on the bottom left corner. Click Settings and then scroll down to the very bottom where it says Upstream Agency. Okay. So as an upstream agency, you're going to plug in the code. Where is it? 28CA. That's 28 Charlie Alpha. That is the agency code to sync with Health Plan Markets. That's what it looks like right there, 28CA. That's all you got to do. Plug in that code and it will sync into Health Plan Markets. Basically what's going to happen is we'll be able to sync the data and ensure that we've got your applications properly processed. So that is very, very important. We want to ensure that you guys get paid as quick as possible. So make sure you sync that in. If you haven't synced that in, please let us know. ACA business, Florida, just keep in mind, I'm still getting questions about the non-commissionables. Number one, Ambetter is still commissionable. Let me repeat, Ambetter is still commissionable. Here are the plans that are not commissionable. Bright Health, Oscar, and Molina ACA business. Those are the only 3 plans that are not commissionable at this moment until further notice. All other plans are still commissionable, okay, including Ambetter, which is still a killer plan in Florida and beyond. So continue to write Ambetter. We've got goals to meet. We want to see that plan grow because we've got bigger plans for them as well. Okay. A couple of the other opportunities I want to share this morning is what we call the event coordinators out there. And what I'm seeing out there is there's a lack of folks that are not utilizing the event coordinators at the plans. And there's some really, really great people out there that are like I discussed earlier with Randy Back at Cigna. There's folks at Devoted. Well, Devoted had some folks too, but Devoted. We have folks at Freedom Healthcare, and these are folks that are going out, finding events, finding opportunities, finding senior centers, and they're looking for agents to work. And this is happening across the country. So if you're not playing nice with these folks, you're missing a huge opportunity to ensure that you are getting in front of people and really making a difference. So I do very much hope that everyone is making a good effort with making friends with those event coordinators. Very, very, very big thing that you can do for yourself is meet those folks. And if you don't have anyone, if you don't know of anyone, please reach out to a team member at HPM and we can introduce or set up a meeting of some sort. But also the providers have some marketing folks too. So like Dedicated is super aggressive right now, and they're looking for agents to send their leads to. Okay, Centerwell, super aggressive right now. Okay, these are folks that are out there that are looking for agents to work with. So please make friends with those folks. All right, now in closing today, I do want to share a really, really great email that I was copied on about 2 weeks ago, and I just haven't had a chance to share it with you guys. So today I'm going to share it. This is from our friend Phil Cawthon, and I'm going to pull up my screen so you guys can read along as well. All right, so this is an email that was sent to Devoted. It's addressed to Jimmy Feliciano, which is the Director of Sales here in Central Florida. So here we go. Jimmy, I had another great experience on Saturday, March 27, with service from Devoted, and I feel the higher-ups need to know. I'm not sure if you're the specific person, but you're the person that first comes to mind. The story goes like this. I was with a potential client, and during the prescription discussion, he led me to believe that he had LIS, but was not sure. I immediately thought Devoted Prime. I attempted to verify by calling agent support, but unfortunately the office was closed. I called Fred Ditto, who thought he may have an answer. Unfortunately, he did not, but then I received a call from Keith Arrow. As an extra effort, Fred called him, and he had the access I needed. I supplied the MBI, the Medicare Beneficiary Identification Number, and the birth date, to which Keith verified his LIS status. This allowed me to make an enrollment. Vavoom. I have expressed my gratitude to these gentlemen and would also like to thank Devoted Health for their supportive culture of customer care. All companies claim a customer service priority, which mostly exists as a lip service. My situation again proves customer care lives and breathes throughout Devoted Health. There you go. So another great testimonial I wanted to share with you about Devoted. Many of you have been on the fence about, who's this company, where are they headed? They've only been in business for 4 years. But let me tell you something. These guys are rapid fire. They have invested in all the right places, including customer service, which is a huge problem for a lot of you guys. We're making extra efforts and extra investments to ensure that you guys are getting support on the customer care. But why would you need to do that if you put them on a good plan that has excellent customer service? And there you go. So Phil feels very confident that when he places membership with Devoted, if he does have an issue, it's quickly resolved. So there you go. One last final thing. Tom, thanks for your text here. It says UHC D-SNP and C-SNP do not let you send the client for signature. So that's another thing. It's also the C-SNP as well, everyone. So just as a correction or an addendum to my statement earlier. You must be in person with the HPM Shop to do the enrollment for D-SNP and C-SNP for United Healthcare. That seems to be a trend. Will that be corrected for next year? Let's hope and pray, right? We've made the request, and I know that Connecture, who helps us build the HPM Shop, is there for us. So that's it for this week. It's 9:32. I think I've tortured you guys enough. We do hope that you have a fantastic week. Thank you very much for all you do. And again, if you need anything at all, please visit us at joinhpm.com or give us a call at 844-696-3975. Thank you, everyone, and have a fantastic week.